Hi Year Nines. In this video we're going to look a little bit about finding areas of rectangles. And so again, this should be something that you've encountered before and have some familiarity with. And you've probably heard a formula for finding area, which looks to be something, might be area equals base times height, or area equals length times width. You may have seen a version of those formulas. So in a nutshell, area is essentially the space inside a shape. So as a very basic example, if I had 2 centimeters here and 3 centimeters here for a shape, what would be going on? So if I break it up there's my 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, another 1 centimeter. If I split this up into 3, and so each of these little squares would be 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. And so we have a total of 6 little 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter squares. And so this would be the area here. And if we use the formulas, if this is the base times the height, 3 times 2, or length times width, that gives us a 6. And so that's a very basic idea of what's actually happening, which hopefully we're familiar with. And so if we're looking at A there and we're showing our working, we want to write our calculation. So area equals the base times the height. The base is 9, the height is 5. And so area equals, well, 9 times 5 is 45. And that's in centimeters. So our unit is centimeter squared. And so the unit's important. When we're dealing with area, we always have this little squared here. And so a lot of these other questions, we're dealing with squares here, so we've only been given one of the length because you should be able to figure out what to do with that. Some of these ones deal with decimals by the looks, but it's essentially the same thing. Be careful with some of these ones. You might notice that this is centimeters here, this is meters, and so you're going to need to change one of these sides into something, into another unit if you're going to do these questions. For number 5, if I was going to do number 1, my working here, because we have this formula of area equals base times height, if this here is my area, this here is my height, why have I written B? Height. So area and height, and what I'm trying to find is the base. So what I'd actually do mathematically is, instead of writing A for area, because I know that, I'm going to write 24 equals, now I don't know what the base is, times the height, which is 3. And so this is my working step. 24 equals B times 3, and we should be able to see that B equals 8, and that's 8 centimeters. So the base is 8 centimeters. And so although I can easily see by guess and check and see pretty quickly what that value is going to be, we want to be showing the mathematical working for some of these things as well. And then we've got a bunch of application questions. And so, yeah, a lot of you will be quite familiar with finding areas of squares and rectangles. And so I don't want you to spend a lot of time doing the skills, but the skills that you do, I want you to show the working. Yeah, the main thing here is I want you to get onto the application questions and questions which you have to think a bit more. And some of these application questions describe a shape, a rectangle. Draw down the picture. So for this one, a farmer has a field 300 meters long and 70 meters wide. Calculate the area of the field. Sketch what that field looks like. Draw a rectangle, put your labels on, then do your working and solve.